everyone, it's Ro, and I know I haven't uploaded for a while. I'm really sorry about that, but I've had exams and everything, so I didn't really have time to film recently, or read for that matter, but I still got 4 books done this month, so I'm going to be talking about what I've read in October, and maybe I might mention some of the books that I'm hoping to read in November. I'm not quite sure what my to be read will be for this month, but hopefully I can read some more books in order to somehow nearly finish my 2015 Goodreads reading challenge, because I'm pretty sure they put pressure on every reader ever. I need to finish that really soon. I think I've got 10 more books to complete my goal of reading 50 books for 2015, so I need to crack on and read some books. Yeah, hopefully I can do that because it's nearly the end of the school year here in Australia, so I'm so excited, and my summer holidays are coming up soon, so I can read every day, which I'm so excited about because I feel like I haven't read in forever. So yeah, let's get right into it. I had to go back on my Goodreads and have a look at what I read at the start of October because I actually couldn't remember, because I feel like it was so long ago that I read this book, and I actually completely forgot that I read it in October, and that is Dreams of God and Monsters by Laini Taylor, which is the 3rd book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. And you guys, I finally did it. I finished the series. I finished the bloody series. It took me so long to finish this trilogy, probably because I read each book 3 months apart, which is so crazy because normally I just marathon series, but for this one, for some reason, I don't even know why, it just took me so long to actually finish the trilogy. And this was a pretty big book, and to be honest, I don't think I loved it as much as the previous books. I still think the first one is the best one in my opinion. I found that I actually skipped a few pages, which is sort of a disappointment because I absolutely loved the first book. I didn't mind the second book, but this one, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I think I gave it 4 stars out of 5, but I still think I sort of owed to rate it 4 out of 5 stars because I love the characters in these books and I feel a connection to them, and I just sort of felt like that I was letting this series down if I was going to rate the 3rd book. If I was going to rate the book 3.5 stars. I was sort of disappointed, but to be honest, I can't even really remember how I felt about it after I read it because I was so excited to move on to the next book that I was dying to read, and that is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And holy crap, you guys, I absolutely loved this book. This is the first book in a trilogy, and a new trilogy of Leigh's, I think, and it's set in the world of the Grisha, which is this world that Leigh created for her previous series, which was the Grisha trilogy, and I only read the first 2 books of that trilogy. I need to get round to reading the 3rd one. I definitely really liked this first book way better than the first one of the Grisha trilogy. You probably heard about it because everyone's raving about it, and it definitely lived up to the hype. It was awesome. It was packed with adventure and action, and I absolutely loved it. The backstories of these characters were so intriguing. In 6 of Crows, we follow Kaz Brecker, who is the leader of a street gang in Kerch, which is this island off the coast of Ravka, which is where the Grisha trilogy was set. He needs a crew to help him break into the notorious Ice Court, which is a massive military base that has never been breached. So he needs the best of the best to help him get into this military place and retrieve a hostage. If they retrieve this hostage, they will get lots of money and they will be rich as hell. So obviously he really wants to do this mission, but it's very challenging. It's really great. I absolutely loved it. If you guys love action-packed novels, definitely pick this up. I really loved how Kaz always kept you guessing, and I really want to know how the next book is going to play out. So obviously we've got to wait a while for that, but seriously pick this up if you haven't yet. I really enjoyed it, and it sounds like everyone else did too. So hop on the bandwagon and join us, and we can talk about this book down below because I really liked it and I want to know your thoughts on it. So comment down below what you thought of this book if you've read it, and if you haven't read it yet, go pick it up. So when I was in Bali about a month ago, I found these two books that I have been dying to read for so long. I've never been able to find these books in Australia. These books are To All Boys I've Loved Before and the sequel, P.S. I Still Love You. I was so excited to read this, and when I saw these books I was like, automatically I had to get them. It's basically the first contemporary YA series that I've ever read. I know, shock horror, but I'm not really into that stuff. Contemporary is just a genre that I do not pick up. However, when I saw the blurb of this series, it sounded so adorable, and I feel like I really connected with Lara Jean, who is the protagonist in this series. There were so many aspects, oh crap. There were so many aspects of her that I really felt a connection to, which was awesome. So I completely loved her character. I really loved the boys in this series. They were so awesome as well. So adorable. If you guys are like me and don't really enjoy contemporary, I have a feeling you'll really like this. I'm not sure if I'll be picking up any contemporary YA soon. I am glad that I gave it a shot. The first book follows Lara Jean, who is this girl who is quite sheltered. She has a really strong relationship with her family, and she has a hat box where she writes down letters to all the boys she's loved before, and basically spills all her emotions onto a page and puts them in the hat box so they're done and forever locked away, so she doesn't have to think about the boy ever again. And one day, somehow, her letters get released and sent to all the boys that she wrote letters to, so obviously that brings up a lot of complications. It was so hilarious. I absolutely loved it. So if you guys like really fluffy books, this is so the series for you, and I'm really glad that I read it. So those are all the books that I read in October. I was actually really surprised that I actually read 4 books last month, even though it feels like ages ago that I read them. I'm really sorry for the crappy non-spoiler descriptions of these books, because to be honest, I can't really remember exactly what happened now, which is sort of annoying, but I can just say that I really enjoyed most of these books. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and tell me if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new and you want to see more of my videos. I think that's about it. I'm sorry again for the late upload. Hopefully you guys don't mind. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Bye! I'm going to be talking about 10 series or books that I haven't read yet, and some of these might surprise you.